Hello guys and gals, me Alex, and welcome to another car video, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the wind noise and the excessive car noise. I am filming out here at work, but ladies and gentlemen, I do want to show you my rig. Now, instead of today's video being all about the Alexis or the IS300 today, I'm going to show you around my rig. She's not in clean condition right now, some of you might be able to tell. I do have a little bit of a just a little bit. It's with all the rain we've been having, and two, we did go off-roading with my truck not too long ago. There's a big rig that went by. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show off my truck a little bit, show you guys what essentially has been done to it, what are the plans for it, and what more do we have left to come around for the car. So let's get started with the front ends. I mean, well, what better way? As you can see here, I got a beautiful little chip. Beautiful. It's actually, if you have to use my hand in comparison, that's pretty much how bad it's gotten. This was a defect from Nissan for a long time. This dent, this is actually when I bought the vehicle. But yes, we do have a little bit of paint lifting up, although the primer on the vehicle is very well laid out. The paint just terrible. It was always a problem with these fender lines, but we're gonna get those taken care of. Like I said, she is a little dirty. Should mention, ladies and gentlemen, these rims here are actually not part of the car. These are OEM rims for the Frontier models, but only two special models. I say special. These are actually originally found on the Desert Runner and the Pro 4X, if I'm not mistaken. This is an SV model, nothing too special about it. It is a 4x4, and yes, I will show you guys the badge and the actual switch that allows you to engage 4x4. I have my QJDM plate right here. We want to get into it. We will see if I can get the hood open with one hand. Fortunately, I could not get it open with one hand. But ladies and gentlemen, inside this beautiful engine bay is a V6 4.0 liter. It is nothing too special, although they still did make a supercharger for this truck. I was really wish I could have got my hands on it. Unfortunately, was not able to. They quit making them quite a while ago, so there is no any great modifications done to the engine. Nothing special besides a K&N filter inside there, but that's not even a real mod. That's just because I don't want to constantly keep buying filters all the time and just wash them out. But it was practicality versus, you know, as a joke, and I do apologize for my phone going off there. That's so professional, am I right? But ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much the whole entire engine bay. Nothing too great. There is a let's go down to the suspension mod. So down here, there's, like I said, nothing too special. Oh, I should probably explain, I'm kind of all over the place. These rims here, I actually bought them off a friend of mine in a group, or old Frontier group of ours. I ended up buying the rims. They look wonderful. These are my favorite rims for this truck. For some reason I don't know, this is actually my dream truck. It was the color, it was the 4-door, and it's a 4x4. The only thing I wish it was a long bed, but you know what? I don't really need the long bed in general. But ladies and gentlemen, under here in the suspension area, as you see here is a Belstein shock. I changed all of them. My previous ones were the OEM ones that came with the vehicle, were KYBs. The Belstein shocks, we run them on all our vehicles. They're great. I might end up doing that with the IS. I don't know. Maybe coilovers. We don't know yet. But yeah, that was probably the only upgrade, aka the much needed suspension mod. The coils are still the same. Nothing too aggressive changed under here. Like I said, again, I do apologize for the wind noise. Down here, as you see this little red thing, because red makes you a faster person. Yeah, those are urethane bushings. They're on both ends. This is for the sway bar. For some of you that don't know, urethane is a very much more harder material than rubber. I ended up replacing them. My other ones were a little worn, and I thought it was a little bit better. It helps stiffen up the chassis quite a bit, and especially with the sway bar, and let me tell you, it really does show. But or actually you feel it quite a bit, but enough fangirling over just a little part like that. Nothing too great about the outside. We did put step rails. These are OEM step rails. I installed them. I had to buy them off of eBay from a cheaper dealership over I think it was in New Orleans, I'm not sure, but shout out to them. back to the end of the truck, nothing too great back here. The only fancy work we've done back here, and I will show you in a minute. Oh, we did do the taillights. We swapped them out, as you guys probably saw in the one of the posts I made. I don't know, I thought the black looked a little bit better. They're great, I like them. For those that own Frontiers. The only problem I had was this little gap thing going on right here, but I could live with it. Nothing too fancy in the bed. This is the spray-on bed that Nissan provides you with, for most of their models at least. The spray-on bed, it's great, and it's so wonderful because it doesn't scratch easily, and it just handles the weather way better than usual. Just got my tie downs. This I've been begging for years to get that you see that black hook right there? Hell yeah. I had to practically, like, I waited for so long just to get them, and it was just easy. All I had to do was just buy them, but I ended up not doing that. For some of you that were wondering, this bar right here, this is just a ratchet bar. It just pressed things up against the back of the bed if I'm like hauling loads or whatever. Nothing great. Tailgates, you know, it's a tailgate. It's a 4x4. Didn't just find a badge and just slap it on there. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Nothing too fancy here. Just typical truck stuff back here. But what you don't see on a lot of Frontiers, and a lot of people will be very contradicting about this, there is a sway bar back here, and I don't know if I can get the camera angle. I do apologize for the shakiness. It is a little dark down here. Yeah, over here, this long bar that follows the whole way through, it definitely does the job for stiffening up the suspension. I will be honest, it changed my life. It changed the truck's appearance. It just, not even appearance, it just stiffened it up so much better. There was like the wobbling, the issues you would get with this truck, I would say, when it comes to stability. That sway bar completed so much, and I'm not being paid by them by any means. Hellwig did a really good job with that, with doing it. The only sketchy thing was drilling into my chassis, which was it was a big yikes. But you know, it didn't hurt the structural integrity of the vehicle. It's still very strong. But aside from that, the one little cute thing I did was replace the reverse lights with LEDs. I have to get I have to run fuses back here. You can see well, you can't really see, but these two bulbs are your regular bulbs, and then that one, the reverse bulb, is a LED. It was the only one I could swap out without having to do any harness changes. If you're wondering, this is GoPro mounts. We will be using that pretty soon. We got some cool videos coming up for you guys on that. But the initial walk around, yes, this is the inside of the truck. I have WeatherTech mats. That's if you're a truck enthusiast, you know these mats are practically your best friend. Nothing too fancy back here. Again, it's an SV model. You look, a cup holder. I didn't really have that on my old car. The seats, they're okay. They're not anything wonderful. If you really want to see in comparison size. Yeah, so back here, it's all right. It's nothing too, like, it's a back seat. It's gonna do its job. You know what I mean? It's not like it's gonna be anything super crazy. I wouldn't say Nissan built the most, you know, comfy back seats in the world, but you know, they do the job. They're good. They're good for when you're carrying friends, family, whatever you haul back here. But the one thing I loved about this truck mostly, and this is just, you know, my personal take on the vehicle, was popping up this seat and having space down here. There is another side. I keep all my tools and stuff back here. You never know. Unfortunately, never got to use the tools on my truck. That's kind of a shame, but you know, I'm always using it on everyone else's vehicle. This is kind of like, she's like all reliable, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we need a name for this bad girl. She really does need a name. So we'll work over here. We do have our beautiful passenger seat. As you can tell, we got a little bit of sand, a little bit of dirt. Nothing too, it's all truck oriented. Yes, WeatherTech, not a paid sponsor. Hey, WeatherTech, sponsor me, JK. So yeah, the front seats, they're, you know, your typical front seats, nothing too fancy. Like I said, Nissan didn't really build the most comfortable seat in the world. Especially the front seats for their trucks. I don't understand why Nissan did that, but it's nothing too fancy. Yes, it is another automatic. I know, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna freak out. Oh, you drive an automatic. You know what? If it was a manual, trust me, I'd be 100 times more happier, but you know, we all can't get what we want. We got cup holders, you know, the cute little... what annoys me about these is when you have a cup that snugs right in here and you walk out with this and you don't realize it. How many times I almost lost one of these. Center console, nothing too fancy. You got your e-brake, which you don't see a lot on trucks these days, like up here, but you see them down by the footwell, over by the brakes, or what you would call, we're in your clutch area essentially. Down here we have, yes, a real 4x4. Yes, this is real. You could tell. This will engage my 4-wheel, high and low, whatnot. For some of you wondering, this is a charging pad, a wireless charging pad I installed. Totally not ripping off, but like not copying the Tacoma. I think the new Tacoma has a wireless charging pad down there, so I thought it was a good idea. I ran all the wiring and whatnot under here, so nothing too exposed. I do have an aux cable, but it runs to a receiver, a Bluetooth receiver. Nothing too great about that. But ladies and gentlemen, you might be wondering what this wonderful little thing is. Now, if let's see if I can get it. Right, should turn on here in a second. Woo. Yeah, so over here we have this essentially will tie right into my ODB2 sensor down here. I know the camera quality isn't the best on this one. Right down there, yep. So that will run into it, and there's a wiring that goes all the way throughout, and then it comes up here. So what it does is gives me all the readout and of everything that goes on with the truck. You do have options between, you know, it gives you pretty much your miles per gallon, tachometer, which does actually work. It is live time, which is great. Voltage, map, oil temperature, which comes in very good handy. You have a speed test. Your brake test. Some more stuff that, you know, shows the load out of the vehicle. Although one sad thing it doesn't show you is the transmission temperature, which I would love to own. I need something that shows me the transmission temperature, because sometimes I wonder what this truck's actually, you know, when I do use it for towing cases, I would love to actually know what my transmission temperature is. I know I could just run a gauge, but it would have been nice to run it through the ODB2 sensor. But ladies and gentlemen, that's really all I have to show you. You know what? Before I end the video off, when I end the video off, I'm gonna give you guys a little sound clip of what this Bagger Girl is really capable of. I'm gonna show you what the exhaust sounds like. It's nothing. It doesn't have an exhaust, I'll be honest with you guys. But that's pretty much the tour of my Frontier. Nothing too great. She's basic. What we do have planned for it though is this here. We're swapping out this radio. We're gonna go full touchscreen. We're actually gonna go and do a full backup camera. We're not doing 360. I don't really need it, but we're gonna be dropping out the tailgate. I'll probably do an installation video, maybe not. Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, it would be great if we can manual swap it, but no, she has to stay reliable. I can't be, you know, thrashing this thing around too much. I'm gonna be eating those words pretty soon. When I say that, stay tuned for what's up to come. Yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I ended up making this video, it's kind of a celebration occasion. Yeah, she hit 50,000 miles. She's definitely, she's getting there in age. I finally broke her in, so now it's time to finally start babying her. You know, treat her. She's got to stay reliable for me nonetheless. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all like what you saw. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you disliked it. This is me, Alex. Hope to see y'all in the next one, and please stay tuned because we got lots of fun stuff coming up. See y'all in the next one.